All right, everybody. Hello and welcome back. My name is Miss Nunez, and I am a computer science teacher working with middle school students this year. And I'm going to be making some YouTube tutorials to help any students that need that extra guidance or that step-by-step instruction. Um, and so we are on Unit 3 with interactive animations and games, and I'm going to start with chapter 1 and lesson 1. It's going to be lesson 1's a little interesting. Mostly it's something that you do kind of on an activity guide, which I'm going to show you and go through. So we're going to see how this goes. But then once we start getting into some of the other lessons as we go along, there'll be a lot more coding and computer stuff. So we're going to go to lesson 1. And the first thing I want to do is I really want to point out to students that this button over here that says lesson resources is really, really, really important for you. A lot of students will just rush right into this and try to get stuff done quickly. But what we found going through this curriculum is that the stuff at the beginning is easy. This won't take you that long, I promise. But as we go through to some of the further lessons down, you're really going to want to get a really strong foundation up here so that when you get down here, you know what you're doing. All right. So that's why we're going to start here. We're going to look at the lesson resources, which I'm going to open. And this is what students will see. The word search is a kind of fun opening warm up. I like word searches. A lot of people do. So you can do that if you want. The design template here is going to come in handy for the activity that we're going to do. And then this activity guide is the important part. This is kind of what the entire lesson is focused around. And then we have another resources that you probably have seen before, especially if you've done the other units. And that is the problem solving and design. I'll open that up too. And then there's a video to watch as well on the problem solving process. I'm not going to play the video in this video because you can always just go and watch it on your own. But I just want to point out that it is there. Okay? So let's start with the activity guide, which I've already opened. It's right here. And I printed this out for my students, but I'm going to see if we can edit it and just see how much of a disaster this ends up being. All right, so I'm going to make a copy that I can work on. Yes. I like to delete copy of and just keep that. All right. Make a copy. Here we go. So I'm going to close the one that I can't edit so I don't get confused. And then what's this? Okay, there's that, and then that. So we're going to close that. There we go. All right, got it. Okay, so the activity guide, animations and game designs for users. So in a nutshell, what this lesson is about is it's going to have you look at 5 different templates of animations, and then you're going to pick which one would go best for which client. You have 5 clients. We're going to go through all of them, and then you have to pick which of the templates available on level 1. So let's click on that and go there. So we have 5 templates. We have 5 users or 5 clients. And so we're going to pick one template for each of them. There is an answer key. I have not looked at it because I want to do this with you. And so as you can see, we're going to go through all of them. And before I think we need to look at the clients, I think we need to actually look at the templates. So that's what I'm going to do first. We're going to go to template A. So when I click on this, it says Animation and Game Design Template A. Refer to your activity guide to recommend a template to each client based on their needs. All right, and so you're not going to see anything until you click this Run button. So once we click Run, what kind of music do planets sing? And then this one says Neptunes. All right, and I think that's, okay, so that is the animation. It's kind of cute. We can put a grid on there, but that's for later. So we're going to click Finish, go back to level 1. And look at the next template. So this one says template B. All right, animation and game designs template B. Refer to your activity guide to recommend a template to each client based on their needs. You can make the character move with the left and right arrow keys. So we're going to click Run. Grab all the healthy foods. Use arrows to move the bucket from side to side. Press space to start. All right, so Okay, so we need to collect all the fruits without collecting all of the fast foods. Oops. All right, and we can see the score up in the top left-hand corner. So as I collect more fruits, the score goes up. And if I accidentally hit a fast food like that, the score will go down. Up. So, okay, this is kind of fun. A little bit of an interactive game. Oops. Uh, okay. And I'm not sure if it will go to if you get 50 points, you win. I'm not sure, what you have to get to in order. I don't know why my score is going down, though. All right. Maybe. Okay. Oh, 37. Oh, this is a losing battle. Okay. I want to see if I can get to 50. Okay, so I know that if you get to negative 50, they say the game's over. But it looks like I can get beyond, okay, 50, and it still goes. So, all right, so I'm going to pause there, and that's the game. So let's go look at the next template. So template C, interactive push and pull. So animation and game design template C, refer to your activity guide to recommend a template to each client based on their needs. Program note, use the arrow keys to navigate the robot. All right, run. Push the duckies back to their mama. Press start to begin. All right, so I've got my little robot, and then, yep, I'm going to push the duckies. All right, there's one. I remember in class the kids saw this and they were enthralled with the sounds. All right, let's see if I can do two at once. Hey, go me. All right, so that's the game. All right, let's go look at the... Ooh, now it's in Spanish. What did I... Oh, okay, here we go. Aha. Let's go back to English. All right, we're going to press... Ooh, I pressed run. Okay, finish. All right. And then D, all right, so interactive side scroller. All right, animation and game design template D, refer to your activity guide to recommend a template to each client based on their needs. You can make the character jump with the spacebar. All right, press run. To start the game, press the spacebar. To win, collect the food and avoid the bugs. Use the spacebar to jump. All right, find a bowl to start collecting food. All right, so I gotta avoid the bugs. Oh, there's a bowl. All right, so, all right. I can squash the bugs and get the goodies. Do. All right. I want to see what happens when I run into a bug. Nothing. Okay. So the bugs don't do anything. All right. Okay, the bee steals the bowl. Okay, so now we know. All right, so that's a cute little game. We're going to press finish. And we got one more template to go look at. So template E, interactive greeting card and animation template. So animation and game design template E, refer to your activity guide to recommend a template to each client based on their needs. So we're going to press run. And it says, hi, welcome to my awesome scene. Press space to play my guitar. Press arrows to ride my bike. All right, so I'm going to turn this on. And let's see what happens. Oh, press space. All right, so every time you press space, it plays a music note. All right. And then over here, press arrows to ride my bike. Oh, okay, so you can move the bike around. And then you didn't hear it, so I'm going to turn the volume back on. But when you move the bike over enough, oh, yeah, there we go. So it makes some chimes. But apparently only when you go this way. Yep, there we go. All right, so that's a cute little animation. We're going to press finish. And now we're going to go and look at the activity guide. All right. So choose the right interactive design. An animation and game design company has 5 template designs they can use for potential clients. These templates are available in Code Studio for you to look at, which we already did. The list below represents several potential clients who are looking for interactive design help. Your task is to recommend a particular template to each client based on their needs. So number 1, Maria. I'm an elementary school teacher and I want something cute and fun to use with my 8-year-old students to help them read. Recommendation, you pick the template, and then why did you pick this template? It's always good to make sure you fill in the whole thing. Number 2, Richard. I care about the environment and I want to design a game where you separate trash from plastic so people learn how to separate trash from recycling. Ooh. All right, so you're going to put the template there. And then why did you pick this template? Layla. So number 3 says, Layla, I am a grandmother and would like to create and send messages to my grandchildren every now and then that they will enjoy and know I'm thinking of them, even if it isn't a holiday or their birthday. Recommendation, you're going to pick the template that you think Layla would like and then explain why. 4, Emma. I love sharks. I want to design a game where a shark moves up and down on one side of the screen, eating small fish coming towards him while at the same time avoiding swimming people that are also moving across the screen towards the shark. I hope this helps people see that sharks don't actually want to harm us. All right. So recommendation, which template would work with that, and then why did you pick this template? And then the 5th one, Levi. So Levi, I wrote my own short comic books, 3 to 4 pages, and I would like to turn them into digital stories where the scene is moving while the characters interact with their surroundings. Recommendation, which template would work, and why did you pick this template? All right, so that's the first part of the activity, and you're going to go back and you're going to look at these 5 templates. I'm going to give you a hint. There are 5 templates, and there are 5 clients. You will use each template once, and none of them will not be used. So there's that. And then down here, here's the second part of the activity. So this is creating your own design. You've now been asked to create a design for a client. Choose one of the clients below and circle or highlight your selection on this guide. Then, either on a sheet of paper or using a provided digital template, sketch out a design that matches the client's needs below. So Tatiana, I run a business that makes greeting cards and would like to have digital versions specifically for appreciation and thank you cards. My greeting cards are humorous in nature, and my appreciation or thank you cards in particular feature cute and funny puns. I would like the cards to be interactive as well, so that the user has to click on something or move a character using keyboard keys to see the punchline of the pun appear. It would also be great if the card had instructions so that the user knows how to interact with the card. And then you have Daniel. Daniel says, I want to make a game for my grandma that is easy to play and stars her dog, a butterfly chasing corgi. The game should include the corgi trying to catch butterflies. Her corgi doesn't like the color green, so it would be fun if there were different green items like green apples or green veggies that the corgi had to avoid. It would be great if the game kept score too. So, you're going to pick one of these 2 people, and then you're going to define the problem. So this is where the problem-solving process comes in, where you define it, you brainstorm some ideas, you try it, and then you reflect on whether it worked or not, all right? So defining the idea. Choose one of the users above and create a defining sentence. So this would either be Tatiana or this would be Daniel. Needs a way to, and then you're going to explain what they're trying to do in order to, why are they trying to do it? It should, and then you're going to explain what the animation should do. All right? The next part says to prepare. Consider how you want to design their animation or game ideas. List any images to include colors to use or places for text. List your ideas below. So in this space right here, you're going to think of like what colors do I want to use, what images might I want to have, all that kind of stuff. So this is your brainstorming spot right here in this white space. The next part is to try. So this is where you're going to actually sketch a prototype of the design. Now, when you hear the word prototype, I want you to hear a rough draft. So a rough draft is not perfect. It is not your final piece of art. It is just a sketch. It is a rough draft. It is a brainstorm. And so a prototype is a rough design or a rough sketch of what you're trying to do. And so you're going to do that. You can either do that on paper or they do give you, where is it? I'm going to pull this back up. All right, so if I go to lesson resources, there is a template resource that you can use. So if we click on this, it's going to open up. and then you can make a copy. And so it shows you use the slide deck to plan out your own design. And so the first page says use different shapes to add sections and colors to your design, and then use the magnifying glass to zoom in and out of your screen, and then add images to your design. So they give you the instructions on page 1, and then page 2 is a blank screen. All right. And so if you come up here and press file, make a copy, and I'm going to take that away because that drives me crazy. All right. So I'm going to get rid of the original. And now I have a version that I can actually draw with. So like it says on the first part, use the slide deck to plan out your own design. All right. So we're going to go to this page 2. And you have your shapes right here where you can use all kinds of different shapes and do all kinds of crazy things to make something fun. All right. So there is that there. All right. So there's your template that you can use digitally, or like I had my students do, they did it on paper. All right. And then the last part, after you've made your prototype, you're going to reflect. So after you've made your prototype, you're going to take another look at it and you're going to ask yourself, what is one thing that you think your design does really well and meets the needs of the user? And then this one says, what's an area that you think can still be improved to meet the needs of your user? All right. So once you've done all of that, you are done with the lesson. You're done with the activity. And we can move on to lesson 2. So I will do that now. And let's see, where's the... Oh, I lied. Okay, so this is level 1. So you're going to press the orange finish button here, and then it's going to take you to level 2. Level 2, oops. Level 2, it says, all the answers are correct. But what this is this is actually a quick survey. And it's a survey to help your teacher understand more about where you are at. So, we know what's going on, and we know how we can best teach you. All right, so as you can see, every single answer is correct. It does not matter if you strongly agree or you strongly disagree. All we want to know is what you think. All right, and as it says, your responses will be kept anonymous. And as you can see, looking at my screen as a teacher, I can't tell who said what. All right, so you want to take the survey, and then once you're done with the survey, then you're going to scroll down here. You're going to click submit, and you're going to press OK. And I believe we finished lesson 1. You get your pat on the back. So I will see you on lesson 2. All right, here we go.